I'm Sev, and welcome to How to Channel Part 3, Converse with Another Worldly Being. This follows Part 1, Raise Your Frequency, and Part 2, Meet Your Spirit Guide. I created this 3-part series so that each part builds upon the other. It's important to watch them in succession. And it's also important to watch them in sequence because each part raises your frequency a little bit more. And your channeling experience is directly related to the quality of your personal frequency. If you haven't watched Part 1 and Part 2, please do so before watching this part. In this video, I discuss the language of the dimensions, the quantum highway of data, types of otherworldly beings and how to communicate with them, controlling negative beings, why communication with otherworldly beings is beneficial, and we will channel together through 2 guided meditations. I have heard from many of you who have watched parts 1 and 2 and who have shared with me your extraordinary channeling experiences. Many of you are having an excellent time traveling through the dimensions. You are communicating with your spirit guides. You are communicating with deceased loved ones and otherworldly beings. Some of you are time traveling. You're going through time portals and seeing your past lives and your future lives. Some of you are receiving very beautiful, private messages to guide you. Some of you are having out-of-body experiences and doing astral traveling. Some of you are seeing brilliant energies and kaleidoscope-like beams of energy, and you can feel that your consciousness has been transported somewhere else. You're doing a great job at channeling, and I love to hear about your channeling experiences. I cannot make you do your homework, which is to do the meditations and the channelings as often as possible and to be consciously aware of the quality of your personal frequency and to raise it. If you're serious about channeling, you'll do your homework. If you're not serious about channeling, you'll probably won't do the homework, and your channeling experiences probably won't be what you want, and you're in control of that because your channeling experiences are directly related to your efforts. So get comfortable in a quiet place. I suggest you have your pets with you because they can feel the increased energy in the room and they can feel your increased frequency and they like it. It's calming for them. Plus it deepens the bond that you have with your pets. Have paper and pen, and please use earphones for the guided meditations. They're much more effective if you use them. You hear me say often that channeling is a function of the quality of your personal frequency. We all exude an energy which has a frequency, and this energy determines the type of beings that we align with. If you have a high frequency, you align with high frequency beings. If you have a low frequency, you align with low frequency beings. In parts 1 and 2, I talk about how you can determine if you're a high vibe person or a low vibe person. This energy that we exude has information in it, and it has color, and it has sound. And we're always communicating with each other through this energy. We're communicating through our sounds and through our colors. And everything that is communicates through this energy. This is the language of the multi-dimensions. And it is through the language of energy that we communicate with other human beings, with animals, with everything on Earth, with everything off Earth, with other things in the other dimensions. Energy is the language of the dimensions, and we are all proficient in it. We all know it, we all understand it, and we all speak it. In part one, I discussed the scientific evidence for the biofield, which is the energy radiating from us, and how this energy organizes biological and electromagnetic processes, creating a quantum information flow radiating from everything. This quantum information flow has no boundaries. It flows from you, through you, and around you into infinity. It connects all of us and everything together. It is a natural communication highway we have between ourselves and everything in the universe. It is a quantum highway of data. With practice and awareness, we can tune into this quantum energy matrix to open our channels of communication. The best way to travel through this quantum highway of data is through meditation. As I discussed in parts 1 and 2, there are an infinite amount of otherworldly beings in an infinite amount of dimensions, and they can take on several forms. Sometimes you see them in their natural form, but sometimes these beings are ugly and very strange, so they scare us. So some of these beings shapeshift or put on a type of mask so that we're not afraid. The most important thing is to pay attention to how you feel. Does this being make you feel loved and safe? Or does it make you scared and uncomfortable? If it's the latter, then you demand the being leave. I say all the time, you are in total control. If you don't want to talk to a being, you don't have to. So let's not concentrate too much on what the being looks like. Instead, let's just concentrate on how the being makes us feel. We want to have loving, nurturing, safe communications with otherworldly beings. And in this video, I encourage you to contact otherworldly beings that you haven't communicated with before. I encourage you to contact beings that are not your spirit guides, that are not your ancestors, that are not religious entities that you may speak with often, such as Jesus and others. I'm really encouraging you to step out of the box a little bit and to meet a new otherworldly being. So what kind of beings am I talking about? Some appear as ETs, light beings, orbs, elementals, hybrids, just to name a few. Some like to know the beings that they encounter by their names. If you'd like a name, then ask for one. They'll give you one. I usually don't ask for a name. I recognize the beings that I communicate with by their energy. Every being has a unique energy, and that's how I identify them. However, if you want a name, like I said, they'll give you one. But remember that in the other dimensions, there are sounds and letters that we've never even heard of. There are colors that we've never even seen. So if your being has a name that we can't understand, they might create a name for you that you can understand. So please don't get hung up on the names. I urge you to pay much more attention to the energy and how they make you feel, and to learn to identify the different beings through their energies. On Earth, if you don't want to talk to someone, you don't have to. And the same rule applies with otherworldly beings. If you don't want to talk to a being, you simply state that you're not talking with it and insist that it go away. In part 2, I told you about an encounter I had with a men in black that was standing right beside my bed looking at me. And we engaged in this energetic battle. It did go away because I stood my ground and I didn't flip into fear. And these lower vibratory rate beings align with the energy of fear. So if you come in contact with a lower frequency being and you exude fear and you think that it has power and control, you can have an uncomfortable experience. So don't flip into fear, stand your ground, and tell it to go away. And no means no. If you tell it to go away, but a part of you thinks it's kind of cool that you're talking with this creepy being, it knows that and it won't go away. So you have to mean it. Also, just because you are exuding a high frequency doesn't mean that a lower frequency entity might not enter your vibratory field. Sometimes they're around and they just kind of poke at you to see if they can get through. And sometimes lower vibratory beings are attached to people you know. And if you're with someone and their beings are around them, then their beings are in your vibratory field and you might feel them. So just be very aware that there is a possibility of a lower frequency entity coming in contact with you, even though you have a high frequency. But it won't be difficult to get rid of them if you don't want to talk to them because you know that you're in control. In parts 1 and 2, I discussed the benefits of communicating with otherworldly beings. So I will simply restate that information from another worldly being that has a high vibratory rate presents to you a viewpoint of your life from the higher perspective. It's from this higher perspective, it's easier to see the bigger picture and to not obsess over the daily issues and to not get discouraged if a particular situation doesn't happen for you. This higher perspective allows you to see that you have control in creating your life, and patience is the way to allow your life to unfold to your desires. Information from the higher perspective also helps you know your purpose and how to manifest it. This information can help you to understand your value and helps you be the real you, which is the key to manifestation. In part 2, I talk about famous channelers who are entertainers and writers, scientists, and innovators. Channeling can open the door to hear music and see visions from which artists can create movies, songs, or paintings, as Jimi Hendrix did. Channeling can open the door to find answers for unsolved scientific questions, to bring forth innovative ideas and new scientific information, as Tesla and Sir Isaac Newton did. Channeling can open the door for spiritual guidance for your personal use or to share with others. Currently, we have many, many spiritual teachers and counselors around the world who channel and share their knowledge with a large audience. Channeling can open the door to find guidance in shaping our country's history, as Harriet Tubman did. The information gathered from channeling is available for all areas of private and collective life. All right, it's time to channel. Let's connect with another worldly being right now. Get comfortable in a quiet place. Put your earphones in and close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed during both channelings. Do your best to stay in your meditative state by not moving too much. Stay focused and relaxed from the beginning to the end. Before we begin, know that you are in total control.
If you encounter a being you don't want to communicate with, tell it to leave. No means no. For the first meditation, music will begin and you will hear my voice guiding you. When I stop talking, continue listening to the music. This lasts for 6 minutes. This meditation raises your frequency. The music moves into the second meditation. Continue listening to the music as your frequency rises higher and higher. This lasts for 6 minutes. You will hear my voice guiding you. You will hear me ask a series of questions. Repeat these questions silently to the otherworldly being you come in contact with. Be aware of the sensations in your body, for information comes through all your senses. When the music finishes, stay in your state as long as you want and slowly at your own pace. Open your eyes and begin to write down what you experienced and the answers to the questions. I wish you a beautiful trip through the dimensions. Listen to your heartbeat. Connect with your heart. Envision your heart. See it. Watch it beat. And see the energy radiating from your heart. And as you view the radiating energy, feel the vibration in your chest. Feel the tingly energy of your heart activating, radiating love through your whole body. You can feel your entire body tingle. You can feel the energy of your heart moving through your whole body, and it feels good. Now see the energy of your heart radiating out of you. You can feel this energy moving out of your heart, out of your body, into the area around you. You can feel the room that you're in or the space that you're in has changed. It feels electric. It feels wonderful. And just continue radiating your love through your body to yourself and out of your body for all. And say, I love myself and I love you. Envision yourself floating in space. You feel very light. You feel like you're flowing. And you can see stars, planets. Now you can see Earth. You're looking at Earth and all its beautiful colors, and you're admiring Earth. And now you decide to stand right on top of Earth, on top of the circular Earth. And you see yourself standing at the top of Earth, your feet touching Earth, and your arms and your head connected with space. Feel the energy of space moving through the top of your head into your body, through your feet, and into earth. You're like a funnel. Now you see approaching you from the side a ball of light, and it's coming right towards you, and it's loving and it's kind, and you give this ball of light permission to move atop your head and allow it to linger right on top of your head. You can feel its warmth. You can feel the swirling of its energy on top of your head. It feels warm. It feels good. And you give it permission to slowly radiate into your head. And you can feel your head tingling. And just allow this energy to sit in your head, swirling, and you're connecting with it. You can feel it. It can feel you. And now give it permission to move down into your heart. And you've connected heart to heart. And now envision this ball of light start to take form. What is it turning into? Just watch it transform in front of your very eyes. Say hello. Who are you? Where are you from? Have we met before? Why are we meeting now? What would you like to tell me? How can you help me? How can I help you? Can we meet again? Thank you. I love you.